And a good Wednesday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hope you're having a great start to your day. He's Big Joe Duman. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos behind the glass. What's up, JoJo?
Like any time during the day, the fastest 10 minutes of the day is between 11:50 and noon.
Yes, I agree.
It just, I mean, I was like talking to you. I'm like, oh, we got 10 minutes to go. Next thing you know, I'm sitting next to you here.
Well, I mean, that's when, the countdown starts. Dr. Crane does 30 push-ups before we go on the air. You run in the shower real quick and, kind of get loosened up, ready to go. And I pace. So that's our show routine.
Dr. Crane comes by like Jim Harbaugh and hits us in the shoulder pads and the helmet, smacks us around. And did you see that story the other night? That was pretty cool.
If you ain't bleeding, you ain't trying.
About and he got it from Walter Payton. It was a fantastic. Peyton Manning did the story, so I could care less about that. But it was Walter Payton told Jim Harbaugh when they played for the Bears. He's like, I'm nervous before every game. I need to get hit first before I'm comfortable. So Harbaugh starts hitting him, like in the shoulder pads, it's smacking him around, and Walter Payton's like, I love this. Keep doing it. So Harbaugh did it. He does it to Herbert. He did all his coaches. He did it to Alex Smith, Kaepernick, college, J.J. McCarthy. Oh, it was a really good story about how he smacks people around to get them ready. I'm like, well, that's good.
Didn't Jeff Fisher tell us a story about Walter Payton and how he would, on his cleats, he wanted to feel the cleats on the bottom of his feet?
I don't remember.
So he could feel each cleat where he would know where to go.
Probably. I mean, that guy's another level of just absolute greatness.
Yeah.
He has a great quote too. When you're good, you'll tell everybody. When you're great, everybody will tell you.
It's true. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. So excited about today. We will have Terry McCormick, Titan Insider, at 12:30. The Harbaugh watch continues.
That's right.
He is, I guess the rumor is, he's with the Giants today, I believe. Mike McDaniel's with the Titans today, but John Harbaugh's supposed to come here soon. That it's basically the Giants, the Titans, and the Falcons.
And what was reported was like the Giants are not letting him out of the building. And I'm thinking that is abduction. Yeah, right? So he needs to call 911 and get him out of there. But that was the whole point of the Giants, not let him leave the building today without him saying yes, being head coach of the New York Giants. And fine. But Mike McDaniel better not. He's fun to look at. Probably runs a good offense. But that dude had zero structure in Miami. Zero. And bring him here as a coordinator. I'm all about that.
Sure.
Head coach, no.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. But, hey, again, due diligence. Talk to everybody. It doesn't matter, like, if you plan to hire him or not. Like, I still think talking to him is what they need to do. And, that way when you make the hire, it's like, all right, I am sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I got no problem talking to everybody. Jim Schwartz talked to the Ravens today.
About the head coaching job?
No, how about DoorDash? About the head coaching job. And they were like, yeah, we're all the comments like, yeah, we're okay with that.
We're good.
Yeah, not whatever. So who knows, man? It's going to be. But when the first domino falls, then it'll be fun to watch.
Everybody will have pizza.
Then it'll be fun. It'll take off, man. Like he went there. Yeah. Grab your coach.
But I think Harbaugh is the first domino. I think everybody's waiting on Harbaugh. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm starting to talk myself into it that it could actually happen because of all the reports. But, like, could you imagine if he does sign here? How crazy that would be?
Well, I mean, then it would be they got somebody good, right? You got the most wanted candidate out there. That would look good for the franchise, look good for organization, look good for the city and everything. I just wonder how much that stadium has a pull.
Oh, I think it's a lot. And then I think, and we'll play some of what Diana Russini had to say with Robbie and Rexroad earlier. But one thing that stood out to me was she's like, don't rule out how the community in Nashville and being in Nashville plays a role in this because it's important. So I think a lot of these coaches, the wives matter and like schools and for the kids, and they look at Nashville and it's like, okay, Nashville is a place that I definitely want to be. So that certainly factors in. I mean, it's
why you stayed here, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's the city you want to be in. So certainly something to pay attention to. Kevin Stefanski interviewed with the Dolphins on Tuesday. So I would say he, obviously he is he the consolation prize to Harbaugh?
I don't know. I don't know how good he is because that franchise, the Browns, is such a disaster in a lot of ways. I don't know.
A dumpster fire? Is that what
I wouldn't go that far because I think a dumpster fire is like in the immediate happening right now. I just think it's been a long burning dumpster fire.
Right.
And I just don't know how good of a coach he would be without the Browns. I don't know. Everybody raves about him. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But again, I still think it's Nagy. And then if Harbaugh comes here, it'd be crazy. But who knows, man? We've seen crazier things happen before. Like the Wisenhunt thing we talked about yesterday. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. And then there he was.
Oh,
Boom.
Callahan. I mean, you mean we had no idea it was going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I was going to say, with hires, you have no idea how they're going to turn out.
No,
I think we all were like, oh, Callahan's a good hire, or Wisenhunt's a good hire, and then they weren't.
I believe on this show we were questioning the hiring of Brian Callahan.
I don't think we were questioning it at the moment. We were questioning it in his first training camp when he didn't throw Jeffrey Simmons out of practice for throwing a punch.
I think we questioned when he got hired because he came here with no head coaching experience and had never called a play. And you're all like, well, he's on that staff.
You're right. You were.
He suggested that, look, I suggest things all the time. Doesn't mean I'm in charge. You're going to do those things. I was like, yeah, this is a big boy job. And like Sean McVay did the same thing, right? No experience, all that. But some guys got it. Some guys don't. Callahan didn't have it. Sean McVay does have it. McVay's been to 2 Super Bowls. It might go to third one already.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. What is our question of the day?
Our question of the day is, and this is something that I was talking to a friend of mine last night about, what is the last book that you read, cover to cover? Fiction, nonfiction. The last book that you read. You tell me the last book that you read, Chase McCabe?
I have no idea. I don't like to read.
We know. Dr. Crane, last book you read, cover to cover.
I Think Therefore I Play by Andrea Pirlo. It's his biography book about how he's, he went through his career in soccer, which is interesting because he related a lot to just personal life and how you can compare sports to your everyday thing.
Look at you, man. That's really good. Mine was I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. It's a fascinating, fascinating book. Really good. That's the last book I read covered. That was a year ago, and I need to read more books. But I'm just curious, do we read books anymore? I mean, I love autobiographies. Like the Joe Namath autobiography, the Jimmy Buffett autobiography. Kenny Chesney's new book is fantastic. I've read about half of that book. But I want to know, what's the last book that you read? Do we read books anymore? I get the Kindle app. That's fine. That all counts. But cover to cover, the last book that you read, I'm curious what that might be. 615-737-1025.
Yeah, I don't like to read. So
what's the last book you read?
I have no idea, Joe.
You got to go back.
Don't.
15 years, 20 years. The Great Gatsby, something.
Catcher in the Rye, maybe.
Curious George at the Zoo.
Bernstein Bears.
Where'd they go? They got pulled over. What was that one?
It may have been Bret Hart's autobiography.
Autobiographies are good, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've probably read. I don't know. I just don't like to read. It's boring. I get too antsy.
That's fine.
Even though I know you're an author. I'll read your book.
Thank you. My books aren't 8,000 pages long. Either.
Right.
Like, I'm not reading War and Peace. That's like 4,000 pages. I'm not doing that. If you give me a good book to read in about a week or so, I'm going to do that. Or maybe, the best sports book you read. I mean, there's one book about the 85 Bears was good. I mean, all those autobiography books are good, especially sports stuffs are good. The Joe Namath one was just fascinating to me. Jim McMahon's was good, the Bears quarterback, about his career and all that. So once they open up about things, it's good. I'm not a big, I tried to read Garth Brooks' autobiography. I just didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of it didn't hit me well.
8586 says The Testament by John Grisham. Greg says Project Hail Mary.
Ooh, what's that? That sounds good.
Hair Metal Henry was The Far Side Greatest Collections.
I think we all read that one. What's that? Project Hail Mary?
Yeah.
All right, I need to look that up.
3560 says Blitz Your Life about Tim Shaw. Incredible book. Second time I read it.
Ooh, Blitz Your Life.
Yeah, Tim
Okay.
Shaw. Nevada Josh says last book was my social studies book in high school.
There you go, Chase. He's with you.
Yeah.
Blitz Your Life. Okay.
Blitz Your Life. Hey.
Project. Oh, I need to look up Project Hail Mary. Sounds something interesting.
So there you go. That is our question of the day, and it's presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters, first-timers shoot for free. Check them out at ariestactical.com. So we are up and running here on this Wednesday. Terry McCormick will talk coaches with us at the bottom of the hour. Coming up next, you'll hear from Diana Russini from Robbie and Rex Road and the latest on John Harbaugh and could he be a fit with the Titans. That's all next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
What do you think are going to be some of the factors that come to mind for him as he makes this decision?
Well, two names, Cam Ward, Mike Berganzi. Those are two things that I can tell you the Harbaugh side of this really likes. I do think the big element, the thing that really separates the Titans from everybody else is the community. I will say, even talking to candidates that have been interviewing and going through this process, not named John Harbaugh, that's always the lead story in terms of when they talk about living there. And, you know, I think sometimes fans think this is just about football, and it's not always just about that. Wives have a lot of power in this process. Wives have a lot of say on where they want to go, where they want to be, especially for these coaches that are going on on a second stint. Families that have young children, schools are important. But for the football side of it, I think Cam Ward, I know Harbaugh's done a lot of work on him. He's watched some film, and he's really impressed with him and with just a lot of what he does organically and just the athleticism that he brings. And I just think the idea that he's so coachable. His reputation is really good around the league, and it's really what's made Nashville really a bright spot in this coaching cycle. When, you know, I think years ago it was different. I don't necessarily believe that the Titans job was a blockbuster gig, but now there are a lot of coaches, and the 18 of them that have been interviewed, none of them are taking that interview with very little interest. They all want the job.
That was Diana Russini this morning on Robbie and Rex Road from The Athletic. And I think she makes some interesting points. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, about, you know, the city and being in Nashville and how important that is. But it also caught my attention that it seems like John Harbaugh's done his research and seems to be impressed with Cam Ward. Now, the question is going to be, you know, if this truly is real and he, you know, really does have an interest here, you know, how much. And I think this is too overblown sometimes of, you know, the head coach wants final say on the roster. I think in this situation, he probably just wants to be in the room and be a part of the discussion, which I don't see why that's an issue. Like, you're the guy that's got to coach the players, so you should be in the room. And Borgonzi doesn't strike me as the type of, no, you're going to have my 53-man roster and that's it.
Well, I think Borgonzi needs to win and win now. And I think Harbaugh thinks he's the quickest one to get there. And again, look, he's got to ask, if you're Harbaugh, any coach, what's Amy Adams' view in all this? Because she's a meddling owner. She's terrible. We all know this. Do you want to work for a terrible owner? I mean, I'd like to have like 3 or 4 different meetings with her and sit down. What's your plan? What's your philosophy? What if this happens? How are you going to react? I'd want to know that. Because that's the word I promise you, man, around the league, that's why that statement came out 2 weeks ago about clearing up the front office nonsense. Because people around the league don't know who's in charge. And all they know is that she fired Mike Vrabel, she fired John Robinson, and the team now is in the gutter.
Yeah.
And I want to know. I'd want to know, what's your involvement? What are you going to do when things go bad? Are you stepping in? Are you going to trust me? Because she's not. You know why? She's her father's daughter.
Yeah.
It ain't going to happen.
Well, I think, I think you should ask all those questions. I think anybody interviewing for this job should ask those questions. But because, look, perception is reality. We're not in that building.
Bingo.
So we don't know exactly what all happens. But everything we have perceived makes us think, doesn't look good.
We talk to people. We know people.
We're sure.
Right?
We do.
I mean, it's not like we're in the building and we don't have as many sources as a Tehran or Paul or Terry and all those guys, but you hear things.
Yeah. And we don't make sources up either. So
we don't. We do not do that.
Not saying anybody does that.
No, nobody does.
But like, I think that it would be an interesting thing for John to sit down and just be like, look, you know, this is kind of what I've seen, and, you know, what are your thoughts moving forward? This is how I'd like to do things. You know, looking back at my time in Baltimore, you know, Mr. Bisciotti, you know, was this way, and I'm not expecting you to be that way, but this is kind of how he let me do things. And, you know, I think you have that conversation. Now, I don't know if you saw any of Steve Bisciotti's press conference.
0.
And by the way, Titans, he does like one a year, and it was very nice to hear from the owner. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. But I laughed because he was asked if the kicker makes that kick, would Harbaugh still be here? And he said for a week. So, I mean, it kind of felt like that relationship had run its course.
Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, like it had. And then when he was asked about Mike Tomlin, because it happened during his press conference, and he's like, is Tomlin a candidate? And he goes, holy bleep, wouldn't that be something?
Oh, man.
And he goes, I don't know. We'd have to look at that. I think only if John went to Pittsburgh.
It's all crazy. I mean, so, yeah, again, I mean, but if you're Harbaugh, you don't have to take. I mean, you could sit out of here.
I think he wants to go. Like, we talked about this with Tim. I think Tomlin's ready for a break. I think Harbaugh still wants to coach. So that's just the sense I get.
But what are you going to do? Do it. Go in. So I always tell people you're working, go into a TV job. Go and ask for everything you want, because once you signed, you ain't getting it.
Yeah, I agree.
So on the front end, ask for all the good stuff that you want to get in there, and then figure it out from there and see what you can do. But again, I mean, it's all these candidates out there. And yeah, the first domino, when it goes, you're going to see what happens. Because, like, if the Raiders pull the plug on Matt Nagy, we want Matt Nagy, then what happens then? And then this whole gigantic paradigm shift is gone. I mean, it's crazy.
I think the plan up until last Tuesday was probably going to be Matt Nagy. When John Harbaugh became available, you had to look at that.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, you weren't doing your job. So
absolutely.
Albert Breer says on a couple of tweets from him, Steelers owner Art Rooney II asked on pursuing compensation if Mike Tomlin were to coach elsewhere. He says, quote, Mike indicated that he did not anticipate coaching, at least in the near future. I think he wants to spend time with his family and do some of the things he hasn't been able to do for many, many years. If something like that comes up, we'll deal with it when it comes up. But right now, that doesn't seem to be on his radar, end quote.
So what would that be? For many, many years, you're worth about $40 million. What can you do now you couldn't do before?
Oh,
that always makes me laugh. Like, I don't do things with the family. That's great.
Yeah.
I know you work hard and you're busy, but I mean, what? Do you want to go to Rome? You want to go to Australia?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, travel. You could do TV and do all that stuff.
You could have done that before, right? I get all that. I mean, you've got a staff around
coaches, man. Like,
they're insane.
They don't turn it off.
They're absolutely
That's the
insane.
problem. You have to quit your job to turn it off. And even then, some can't turn it off.
Right. You'd be getting all the time, everywhere you go, talking about it.
I mean, it's like, I know people that were not coaching or out of the business and they still watch film because they just had to.
Yeah. It's like me when I was modeling. When I got out of modeling,
right.
It was like, hey, man, what about this GQ model? I'm like, hey.
You'd show up we'd be going to like Whataburger and you'd show up in like some new fashion. So.
I mean, like the airport when we went fly out, people were like, hey, what about this?
What are you wearing?
I'm like, I don't have time. I mean, I'm busy doing all this.
So I think that's interesting about Tomlin. Art Rooney also said on how Mike Tomlin leaving could impact Aaron Rodgers. He said, quote, Aaron came here to play for Mike, so I think that will most likely affect his decision.
Do you know what coach I keep reading and hearing about taking that Pittsburgh job?
Mike McCarthy. Who?
Starts with an M. He's not in the pros. He's in college.
Marcus Freeman. Yeah.
All day.
Yep. I could see that. You know why? Because he's kind of a Mike Tomlin type. I feel like they have the same, Cowher had some similarities to Chuck Noll. Tomlin had some similarities to Cowher. Like, they have their type of there's a specific type of coach they want.
You're not going to tell them who to hire.
Correct.
Like Cowher was a no name for I think he was at the Chiefs.
Tomlin was a no name
for his DC at the Vikings.
Yeah.
And then brought him in and got the job. You know who was up for that Steelers job and didn't get it?
Who?
Wisenhunt.
Oh yeah, because
came down to those two.
He was the offensive coordinator.
Yep, and then he took it and he went to Arizona. Mm-hmm. That's why the Arizona-Pittsburgh Super Bowl was so massively important to him and that staff, because he took half the staff with him to Arizona, like Russ Grimm and a few of the guys like that. That's why winning the Super Bowl would have been just huge for all that, but didn't happen.
So more from Albert Breer. Ex-Ravens coach John Harbaugh is with the Giants today and is setting up in-person interviews with the Titans and the Falcons. Expectation is that those will happen over the next 3 days. Harbaugh could still add more, but that's what's on the schedule for now. He also says, also worth reiterating, Harbaugh has spoken with 7 teams with openings, everyone but Baltimore, obviously, and Pittsburgh, studied their quarterback situations, and has done thorough research on the organizations. He's not arriving in Jersey, Nashville, and Atlanta blind.
Okay, good.
So good, just something to watch.
All right, it's going to be fun to see what happens.
The Titans also conducted an in-person interview with Raheem Morris. So
Just talk to everybody around. Hey, you
Why
want
not?
to interview the job? Come on over here.
and Arthur Smith supposedly is interviewing today virtually.
Get it, Art. Get it. I heard Russini talk about him today, and like he's worth $1 billion. He doesn't need
He
to do
could
this.
buy the team.
Right.
Like he
I'm
and his
telling you,
family
man.
could buy the team.
He came in 2011 on Munchak's staff. I got to know him a little bit because he played at North Carolina. He was from Memphis. It took me like 5 years before I figured out who his dad was. I had no idea. Never made a mention of it. Nobody ever talked about it. Nothing. I mean, his dad's worth $30 billion. And here's Art
Yeah.
grinding all the time. I became really good friends with his wife. We worked together at Channel 4. I mean, so we became good friends. And she told me, this was a couple months ago, they love Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They absolutely love Pittsburgh and would love to put root. This is before everything happened, and put roots down there. But who knows?
I mean, I'd be curious if he's a legitimate candidate for that job.
Yeah.
Since he knows it, knows the team, knows the organization. You know,
exactly.
Maybe they like him.
Yeah. I'd love to see him here. I would love to see him here.
Sure. I'd love to see him get another opportunity. You know, I mean, I think that would be cool. Coming up next, we will talk to Terry McCormick, Titan Insider. He joins the show here on 102.5 The Game.
All right, hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, it's a rainy Wednesday and it looks terrible outside, and sometimes that can affect your mood. Don't let it happen, right? Don't let it happen. Wherever you go, take the weather with you. Thank you, Jimmy Buffett. You are the sunshine, and you're beautiful inside. And we spent a lot of time on this show talking about mental health. We're so grateful, all the men that have reached out to us in the last few years. We got a lot of work to do, though, telling you guys how wonderful our world is because you are here, and we're not stopping in 2026. That's why we've partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, a wonderful place right here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well, and it works. Here's all you got to do. Just go to GameNational.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show, and there you'll see the link to Unity Psychiatric Care on the right side of the page. So many have reached out to us. Now we've got a great partner that cares about you. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. That's a big thing. We say it all the time. You don't have to go through any of this alone. It's private. It's confidential, and they offer telehealth. You don't have to leave your house. You can get help that way. And yeah, again, based right here in Middle Tennessee. Also, this is important. If you have a loved one who needs to talk and you are worried about them, you could be that person that changes their world. Just go to GameNational.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show, and you'll see all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. Listen, help is just around the corner, right? We're here for you. And remember, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Again, go to GameNational.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show, and you'll see all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care, and let the journey to wellness begin.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. Hope you're having a good day so far. Smashville Live coming your way tonight at Brewhouse South in Cool Springs. You can meet Ozzy Weisblatt and Reed Schaefer. They will be the guests tonight with Max Hers and friends at Brewhouse South in Cool Springs. And you can listen starting at 6 on 102.5 The Game. So looking forward to that. We're broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service.
We understand everybody's got phone problems right now. If you
Yeah.
got Verizon, it's stuck in an SOS mode. It's not your phone. It's a network problem. So thank you, Chase McCabe and Dr. Crane, for spending 30 minutes going through my phone trying to figure it out. But now it's not. Everybody's got the problem right now, so don't panic. All right?
Well,
We're
we
good.
know Terry McCormick's phone works because he joins us now on the show. Terry, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
We're doing fantastic. Are we officially on Harbaugh watch? I mean, is that where this is going?
It sure sounds like it. Although the New York Giants might have something to say about that from all the reports out of New York. He is interviewing with them in their building and is, one of those things that if they're smart, they won't let him get away without signing a contract.
You have been through every coaching search they've made since the Titans, and Munchak really wasn't much of one because that just happened. Obviously, then Wisenhunt, Malarkey takes over, and then Vrabel, and then Callahan, and now whoever is going to be next. Does this feel, though, like this is the most, I guess, the best field that there has been available since the Titans have been able to make a coaching search, but also there's more jobs open than I can remember in the past too.
Yeah, both of those things are true. And then the other thing is, in all the Titans' other coaching searches, you remember, Fisher, of course, he was in place already when the team moved here. He had been an interim coach. Malarkey had been an interim coach. So they just kind of, were transitioned into the job of being the full-time coach. And then with the hiring of all the others, whether it's Munchak or Wisenhunt or Vrabel and Callahan, it just felt like that in each of those instances, they would identify 4 or 5 guys that they wanted to talk to, but there was a clear front runner in all of these. And this time, if they get Harbaugh in for an interview, that will be 19 candidates that they have lined up and either have interviewed or plan to interview. That is off the charts crazy.
If you had to do like a top 3 right now of who you think they have as their top 3, who do you think they are?
Well, obviously Harbaugh should be at the top of everybody's list. He's the golden child in terms of coaching candidates this off season. I'm not going to include Mike Tomlin because it does sound like that he wants to take at least a year off, and plus he's still under contract with the Steelers, so you would have to offer compensation to get him. Otherwise, he'd be right there neck and neck with Harbaugh. The other 2, I would probably say Kevin Stefanski and Mike McCarthy, but I also wouldn't be afraid to throw Robert Saleh in there too as far as candidates. I think it's probably important, given what happened with Brian Callahan and his staff, to bring in somebody who knows the lay of the land about how to be an NFL coach, how to run an organization, even if it didn't work out well in their first go-around.
Terry McCormick is with us. Terry, once again, before we go any further, where can people find your stuff?
TitanInsider.com. You can follow me on Twitter or X at TerryMC13 in all the Main Street media publications. And also, even though it's on hiatus right now, the Tennessee Pro Football Podcast, wherever you get your podcast.
Well done. You named the 3 that Chase is asking you about. What's one outside the 3 that you like, that you think, because I like Art Smith, and I've said that many times on here, but is there one candidate that you like that'd be like your guy to come in here?
That's a good question. As far as, I kind of think, Mike McCarthy, if you don't get John Harbaugh, but McCarthy would be a good fallback option. But if you want somebody that's kind of, on the outside looking in, maybe that is not one of the big names, the name Chris Shula intrigues me simply because he's Don Shula's grandson.
Right.
So maybe the apple won't fall far from the tree on that one. Now, that said, the thing didn't work out with Brian Callahan being Bill Callahan's son, and Chris Shula has never been a head coach, so that's working against him in my mind. But still, I think that's an intriguing name just because of who he is.
Is he David Shula's son?
I'm not sure if it's David's or Mike.
I don't think it's Mike. David was terrible with the Bengals.
He was. He had no quarterback to work with. I think that would be, we see that a lot in the NFL. When you're working with bad quarterbacks, all of a sudden you're a bad coach.
How dare you besmirch the name of Jeff Blake? How dare you do that? Oh, my goodness. Terry McCormick is with us here. All right. So we talked, Chase and I, earlier about, remember the message that came out 2 weeks ago about, Brinker's in charge. Not Brinker, but Borgonzi's in charge, and Brinker's going to stay over there in the nerd analytic room and all that. Let me ask you this. Do you think that was put out there to say, because around the league, people had no idea who's running the show here, and now by putting that out there, it's like, oh, okay, we know now. Mike Borgonzi's in charge, as it should be. Or was it to a larger degree to clear other messes up that people are thinking about this franchise?
Well, I think it's both. I think it's to clear up the mess of how things have operated. I also think it's a sign that Mike Borgonzi has kind of ascended to power and found some favor here with ownership. And also, it's when you are in the market for a new head coach, that new head coach comes in, he wants to know, okay, who am I answering to? How many people am I answering to? Who's running the show here? How are we going to do this? And I think that clears a lot of that up.
Terry McCormick is with us. The next question is going to be, when the new head coach is in, obviously you're still preparing for the draft, but you got over $100 million in cap space to work with as well. Where do you see that going? I know we don't know the full list of free agents yet, but they got a lot of money, and you've seen what New England, Jacksonville, other teams have done the past few years.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be smart. When you have a lot of cap space, you got to be smart with it. You got to bring in guys that can, fill some holes. And there are plenty of holes on this roster. I think we all would agree with that. And I think that in regards to that, they were in this situation 2 years ago, but the spending that they did with Rand Carthon in charge didn't really work out very well. They brought in L'Jarius Sneed, they brought in Calvin Ridley, and they brought in a number of other guys on big ticket contracts, and it all kind of blew up in their face, as the team just kind of went down the tubes. But they're in that situation again where they've got a lot of money to spend and a lot of holes to fill, more than can be filled with just 8 or 9 draft picks or whatever they have. And so they're going to have to spend in free agency, and they're going to have to spend wisely. And that's why you need a coach in place who can work with the general manager and kind of, line up a vision of what types of players you want to pursue.
Do you think we make too big of a deal? Like we did this with Vrabel after Robinson was let go, of the coach having final say on the roster, when really in reality, they just want to be in the room and a part of the conversation, and not necessarily overruling the general manager.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I think the coach just wants to know that his input is valued, and that if he says, hey, I don't want this guy on the team, or I do think we need this guy on the team, that those words are going to be heeded, and the general manager is going to find a way to keep that guy around if the head coach really likes it.
Terry, a friend of mine, Dale, says, ask Terry, how important is it not only get the head coach correct, but get the offensive coordinator correct as well?
It's absolutely important, especially if you hire somebody on the defensive side of the ball as your head coach. The next most important hire is going to be who's running the offense, because you've got a young quarterback that you've got to fix some things with, that you've got to develop him, that you've got to, get some pieces around him and decide what type of system he's going to be in. So that is a very, very important hire. Whoever the next coach of the Tennessee Titans is, and especially if it's somebody on the defensive side of the football, the offensive coordinator hire is the next most important move that has to be made.
Terry, if they don't get John Harbaugh, do you think the fan base will be extremely disappointed? Like the next coach who comes in, they'll be like, "Oh, we didn't get Harbaugh. We had to settle for this guy." I see it as a no-win situation.
Well, are we talking about the sensible fans or the maniacal ones?
Yes.
All right, both. There you go.
If we're talking about the sensible fans, I think they know that Harbaugh is probably a bit of a long shot. But I think, it is interesting that the Titans haven't been crossed off that list. If we're talking about the maniacal fans, you could have, Vince Lombardi could have been available and they say, hey, we need Vince, It's one of those
Right.
things, where, you have to kind of temper your expectations. Yes, John Harbaugh would be a home run hire, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other good hires out there and available, and you need to find whoever that is and land them.
Terry, let me ask you this. This is kind of a weird question. The more A.J. Brown has that breakdown, whatever's going on with him, does that help out John Robinson?
In one sense, maybe, but I think the fact that Traylon Burks didn't pan out probably works against him. I mean, if you could do what the Vikings did when they traded Stephon Diggs and wound up drafting Justin Jefferson, nobody is thinking about Stephon Diggs in Minnesota anymore because they've got Justin Jefferson. Had Traylon Burks panned out, nobody would have given A.J. Brown a second thought. But the fact that A.J. Brown is still playing at a high level, even though he can be a little bit of a head case, and the Titans don't have a guy that comes close to that type of production at receiver, that's what people are so upset about.
So let's say Terry McCormick is with us, a week from now. The Titans announce John Harbaugh is the head coach, Cliff Kingsbury is the offensive coordinator, Raheem Morris is defensive coordinator, and John Fossil is special teams. Do you think that would make people happy?
It would. Then the next thing is to upgrade the roster because I don't care what type of jockey you have, you're not going to win the Kentucky Derby on a mule.
That's a great way to put it, Terry. That is very, very true. Hey, appreciate the time as always. Check it out, TitansInsider.com. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks, Terry. Terry McCormick, TitansInsider.com is where you can find his work. That's a great way. Great line.
Oh, no, he's correct on that. I mean, look like him and Paul, I mean, guys that have been through every search since the late 90s have covered this team. I mean, it's like they've seen the good and the bad. And so now you get opportunity to get John Harbaugh, get the top Miss America candidate out there and bring him in. And this will be interesting to see. I mean, in that report that he's meeting with the Giants and they're not going to let him leave the building without a job. I mean, that's strong.
I think if he is smart, though, he'll leave the building and hear out Atlanta and the Titans.
Unless they give him everything he wants.
But see, again, and let's talk about this coming up next. I think sometimes we hear they want full roster control. How true is that? I mean, I think he just wants a general manager he can hey, we're going to agree on this. Okay. We'll discuss it coming up next. 615-737-1025. It's Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. As we talk coaching search, what's going to happen? When's the first domino going to fall? I hope it's soon.
I don't know why. I'm shocked it hasn't been. I think Harbaugh might be the first guy to drop today. I'm telling you, man, the Giants give him everything he needs. Why go elsewhere?
I don't know. Look, maybe it's just me. I'd still want to listen to others. Especially if he's intrigued by Ward. Like if he's like, I really like him, I'd still go listen. And then you have the opportunity to be like, well, the Giants are offering this.
But he's got a large ego. They all do, right? Where are you gonna be? New York or Nashville?
Nashville.
You do because you're from here. But outside the bubble of us, New York City, man. You want to be head coach of the Giants.
Somebody tweeted, John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin should just say F it and start a podcast together.
Like they wanted Saban and Belichick to do that.
Yeah.
Just to do that. Look, man, his dad's a coach, brother's a coach. He's always been his brother-in-law is he's on TV now. You know who his brother-in-law is?
No.
Tom Crean.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I did know that.
So, and then they have their other brother, they consider Willie Taggart part of their family because Jack Harbaugh and Willie Taggart are really tight. So they're all coaching. I mean, you come from the son of a coach. I mean, the Giants just sounds better than the Titans or the Falcons. And I think ego-wise, you got a large ego. New York is where you need to be with the Giants. Right. So
I just think you don't want us to have nice things.
I mean, he won a Super Bowl in 2012 with Joe Flacco. Right?
That's the funny thing about all Harbaugh won in 12.
McCarthy in 10.
And when did Tomlin win his?
08.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're burning up the road lately, Tomlin has been a disappointment in the playoffs. 7 or 8 straight years?
Yeah.
Well, it might be 9 years. Harbaugh and them just can't get over the hump, and a lot had to do with Buffalo and Kansas City to do that. But I don't know, man. But again, I'm not taking a chance on a Chris Shula or anybody like that who's no experience here. It's not going to do it again. But then I go, well, Sean McVay worked out and Kevin O'Connell worked, and I get all that, man. But sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't hit it. And the Titans missed massively with Brian Callahan. Massively. So who knows?
You know what's hilarious is it was every other year. So it was, February 2009, Pittsburgh, February 2011, Green Bay, February 2013, Baltimore.
Then on, yeah. And then, so you look at the coaches have won it now currently, Randy Reed, Nick Sirianni, Sean McVay, Belichick's out, Harbaugh's out. I mean, Kubiak's gone. Who's how many coaches have won a Super Bowl that are currently coaching? McVay, Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni.
Yeah. Who won in Tampa? Was that Bruce Arians with Brady in Tampa?
Arians. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. Belichick's gone. Peterson's gone. Denver was what?
Kubiak.
Yeah. Carroll. Harbaugh. I mean, Harbaugh's going to get a job probably.
So there's a next group of young coaches that are coming up. Are you willing to risk your franchise again?
Sean Payton.
John Payton. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I knew we were forgetting one.
Got the reboot. And what's he doing?
He's
kicking ass in Denver, right? So you see that. I don't know. I mean, if you like, I'll ask you like I asked Terry, who would you like to see come here, excluding Harbaugh?
I still say Robert Saleh. Like I'm still sold on him. But I mean, I'm Stefanski, I'm curious about, but again, I don't know how good he is.
I'm 50-50.
I'm very 50-50.
Saleh and Art Smith. I think Art Smith had a lot of fun here as an OC. Of course, he had Derrick Henry and Tannehill and everybody else, but I just think he's a brilliant offensive mind. Now, the negative thing about Art Smith was he tied the horse to Desmond Ridder in Atlanta.
Yeah,
that didn't go far. So I don't know how much that was breathing down upon him from above. I don't know. Robert Saleh with the Jets had to buy into the Aaron Rodgers nonsense, had to buy into Aaron Rodgers bringing all of his guys into New York. That was terrible. And then Woody Johnson had no clue what to do. I think Saleh's got something to prove. I really, really do. And I think he'd bring in a good coordinator, a good defensive coordinator, but I think he'd be a head coach.
Yeah.
And this team needs a head coach, not a coordinator. They need a head coach. So Saleh a little bit over Art Smith.
Yeah. Well, and I think Saleh would probably bring in McDaniel to be the coordinator. I mean, I think that's an easy dot to connect.
It would
If
be.
McDaniel doesn't get another job.
I think Mike McDaniel and Cam Ward would get along famously.
Yeah. One of these guys that's out there that probably, should be a probably not on being a head coach
Get it?
is probably going to get a job because there's 9 jobs.
Right.
I mean, that's the most that I can remember.
Like, I think Saleh fits in with the Ravens.
Yeah, I do too.
They've already got a pretty good defense, and he's hard-headed, no-nonsense kind of guy.
I think Flores does too.
Yeah. I think he might. That Raiders job might be.
Yeah.
And I think Arthur Blank might take a flyer and go with Chris Shula, or somebody that's really
Clint Kubiak or
up and coming guys.
Okay, where do you put Jeff Hafley? Because he's been a head coach in college.
Way below the others.
Okay,
he doesn't ring a bell with me.
Okay.
It doesn't. I know he was great at Boston College, just doesn't stand out to me. I mean, I think like Atlanta.
But doesn't a little, like, even if it's at the collegiate level, head coaching experience give you something?
Not much. I think it's a whole different ball game,
Yeah.
man. But I could also see Stephen Ross in Miami like, all right, we need somebody hip, young, Chris Shula. Your dad was the coach here for many years.
Yeah.
Come on home.
Right.
I mean, I'm reading about everybody likes him.
Yeah.
But there's not that experience factor. They go to Miami. Could you imagine the PR? Chris Shula comes home and coaches where grandpa did.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Weston Clarksville says, I think all the coaches that got fired need a year off from being a head coach to have time to reflect on what they failed at, like Vrabel. You don't.
Vrabel didn't take a year off.
Yeah, he went to Cleveland.
Yeah.
It was an analyst or whatever.
And you said it earlier, man. Coaches want to coach.
Yep.
They don't want to sit around. They want to get right back into it. And that's why with the Tomlin announcement, I was kind of shocked because is that how you want to be remembered?
Yeah. Rodgers' last pass is going to be a pick 6.
Right.
Unless he comes back. So
exactly. You don't want to be remembered that way. So I get it, I understand it, but you got to find the right fit. And so it's the owner who's going to make the decision, like, all right, who fits in best with us and who goes. So, like Arizona, what have you got to lose hiring Chris Shula or Jesse Minter or some up-and-coming young guy?
A lot, because you're Arizona.
Yeah, you're Arizona.
Franchise.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of candidates out there. You're like me, man. This is exhausting.
I know. It's just like, can somebody get hired already?
But you know what is fun, though?
What's
the
that?
Nashville Predators.
Yeah, they are fun.
Back in the playoff hunt. And I'm telling you, for those that just moved to town, if you've never experienced Nashville Predators in the playoff, it is the best thing in this city.
How close are they? We'll tell you that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe on 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. Hope you're having a great day so far. You can weigh in on anything we're talking about at 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We'll talk to Mike McCarron coming up here in about an hour or so. But the Predators, they finally beat their nemesis, the Edmonton Oilers, last night, 4-3 in overtime.
Fun game
at Bridgestone Arena. It was a lot of fun, a lot of scoring, and they get that win. And right now, and it's ever so close, 1 point out of a playoff spot. So they continue to be right there in striking distance, but so is a lot of the Western Conference right now. Utah at 50 points, San Jose at 49, and then LA and Nashville at 48, Anaheim at 47, Chicago with 45, St. Louis 44, and then Calgary, Winnipeg, Vancouver at 42, 41, and 37, respectfully. So,
I love it. You know, and all this too, we didn't do it, but the old, they got to fire Burnett. I got to fire him. That all talk is nonsense and goodbye. So good.
Look, I mean, I was always, I even said at some point, if nothing's changing, there's one change you can make. And, you know, I understood that in how hockey worked, but I never really truly thought he was the issue. I mean, I think
you did. You said that many times on here. I'll give you that.
I mean, I think that it was more circumstance than anything, and they just couldn't all get on the same page. Now I think they have. There's buy-in. I mean, these guys, even in a loss when they don't play well,
right?
The fight's there and the buy-in's there.
Well, I think they're having fun. I mean,
yes.
I look at the bench and the players and interaction. They're having fun. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like you talk, we got to have fun. You got to have fun. Winning is fun. We all know this. So watching these guys do this and get back in the thick of things and talk about it. And look, they're not going to catch the top three. We know that, right? And that is Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're way up there. But then the other division gets 3, but there's those 2 wild card spots.
Yep.
Go for that.
Yep.
And again, I'm the mindset, and I don't know why you guys think this way. Get in the playoffs. If you get beat in the first round, that's fine. You don't know you're going to get beat in the first round. Get into the playoffs. I was thinking, watching the Patriots the other night, right? That's a whole team that haven't been to the playoffs. A lot of guys. The experience they're getting of being in the playoffs and beating the Chargers, moving on. It's every sport. So get in you can't win the Stanley Cup if you don't get in the playoffs. Now we can sit here and say, well, they got beat 4-1 and now the draft choice out. Stop the nonsense. Get in the playoffs. And this is fun. Plus, I want it for me because I think playoff runs in Nashville are great.
I agree. But Barry Trotz was on yesterday with DVD, and you know, I know he goes through this every week of what he's paying attention to and watching. I think it's truly day by day, like with this team right now. Andrew Brunette, that I saw him the other night at the bowling event. I mean, I'm like, how you doing? And he goes day to day. I mean, that's just what it is, because this thing is so tight. But I agree with you. Get in the playoffs, see what happens, because the other thing is they have their plan. And they have some young guys. They have some prospects that aren't even in Milwaukee yet. You have draft assets. So you can still build for the future and see what this team has in the now. Now, I would not give up some of those assets to add. I wouldn't move O'Reilly or Stamkos at this point. I might listen on Marchessault. He's not even in the lineup right now. He's hurt, but you know, there's some guys that I think you could listen on, but I wouldn't give up a ton, you know, one way or another. I would let this play out. And if you make the playoffs and lose in the first round, then you make the playoffs and you lose in the first round. If you make the playoffs and you're hot at the right time, maybe you make it a couple rounds. Maybe you go the whole way. We don't know. I think Colorado is going to be really hard to beat.
All right. I
think Dallas is going to be really hard to beat. I think so, you know, but I still think if you get there, you never know what might happen.
As a fan of the team, and don't hate me for this, I don't care who's not made it to Milwaukee yet. I don't.
That's fine.
Right? You're a lot smarter about this than I am. I don't care. I just want to know who the 25 guys are on the team that are on the ice. That's what I want to know. I mean, are you winning? Those guys. We always hear help's on the way, right? That's the thing. Help's on the way. That to me, okay, that means you're losing, right? So the fact that this team is winning and it looks good, and they're having fun, and they're winning exciting games, and they're the talk, right? They're in the talk. It's great. I think it's really great for the city, for the hockey team, and everybody that shows up. Look, there was a ton. An event was sold out the other night with Predator fans at the bowling. I mean, people love this hockey team and want them to win. We don't want to go on a 9-year drought like the Blackhawks did. I mean, I hate this, watching other cities get the great playoff run. I want it to be us.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be us this year.
Yeah, me too. 615-737-1025. The other thing that I think has been really cool to see is how well Roman Josi has played as of late. He had 2 goals last night, including the game winner in overtime. Oh, yeah, it was nice.
We could try that shot 50,000 times and not make that shot.
No.
From the side angle like that? Good Lord.
Yep. Mark says, if you want to weigh in on the Preds, so to me, you have to see what you can get from Marchessault. He's been an attitude issue and can mess up the role we're on when he's healthy. I would say there's probably a little truth to that. I mean, I think you knew when you signed him, he was a kind of a high. I'm trying to think how the best way to put it. Like he certainly wants things a certain way.
Is he AJ Brownish?
That's a good comp.
Okay.
That's a good comparison. Good player, really good player. But, he's set in his ways. And for whatever reason, that hadn't fit and worked here. And I was worried that, that the same was said for Shea and Stamkos for a minute. But now they've kind of settled in. So, it's obviously Stamkos is now – he's at 20 goals. At somewhere in the middle of November, he was at 2. So, I mean, he's really been on it as of late.
Chase, I saw him score 4 goals one night.
Yeah, he did. He did do that.
He almost had 5 and hit the pole.
I know.
It was cha-ching off the pole.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching,
It did get in there. It's fun. It's just fun, man. Now they got 2 games, Denver or Colorado and then Vegas?
Yeah, which are going to be tough tests, but
Man.
they like that. Like I think they get really fired up when they have to play. Like Edmonton last night. You could tell that they were ready to go. And you got to stay out of the box. If they get power play opportunity, it's probably going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
But they battled 5-on-5 and ultimately got the win in overtime.
How's Saros doing? I haven't paid a lot.
I think Saros has been playing well. I mean, the thing with him is he's got to have good help in front of him, and he's had it. And I think he's stolen a few games for them for sure. He made some big saves last night in the win, so I think Saros has been solid.
Good. It's all part of being a good team.
I think Justus Onanen, and it's been rare that he's gotten opportunities. I think he's been solid too. They have had some solid goaltending.
It's all part of the way of winning these games, man. So I like it. Look, go out and get 4 points, come back home, and more games at home next week to get it done. But it's a thing that we talked to Wyshynski about this. There is no practice time.
Right.
Like
the schedule is so compact.
I hope they're off today because they got to travel tomorrow.
Yeah. They didn't practice.
Good.
Today.
I hope they get a day because you need days off, and so they've had because the Olympic break and everything else everything's compacted so tightly with all that. So there's no practice time. So all you do is get ice time.
Jeremy in Clarksville. It makes no sense to tank in hockey. Even if you're the worst team, you're not guaranteed the top pick. It's also a sport where the top pick isn't guaranteed to help your team in the first year.
Thank you.
It's a good point. Very good point, Jeremy.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing with football. Titans should not get that high. Look, yeah, we've talked about this a billion. You want to win games. Winning is fun. Winning sets the culture. Winning makes it all better. So get into the playoffs. Then you can say if they get beaten the first, no, you didn't tell us that. That's fine. Get in and then see what you could do. We go back to 2017. I remember staying with Robbie Stanley at Centennial Sports Park, Plex, whatever, before the playoff game versus the Blackhawks. I was like, man, Blackhawks are good. Like, yeah, it'd be great if they could win just one game. And they won all 4.
Yep.
And they swept them and put a franchise into this deep dive that's barely now coming out of it. So get in and win.
615-737-1025. And by the way, we know that I think I've seen that AT&T and Verizon are having some issues. So
it's all apart to get us.
Yeah. So there's a nationwide outage.
I mean, I panicked more over my phone than I did my wallet, and that's not good. Like I had to talk to my coworkers in my cubicle, like Lance and Matt.
Yeah,
I had to make.
I'm sorry.
I had to talk to him.
I just ran in my office and closed the door. So
I
I didn't have to do
I
that.
haven't talked to my coworkers in probably 9 months. And I was like, what's your name again? He's like, Lance. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you are. He's like, I'm Matt. I'm like, oh, I'm Joe. Good to meet you. So it's crazy.
And what do they do?
I think they're part of the engineering staff.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm
Nice.
not sure. And like I see Dr. Crane, we see all the time, and you have that same problem too in your office.
Yeah, people sit at my desk all the time. I just find new gifts every day.
And you're like, what's your name? And there was some guy that's David. It's like, and they're like, who are you? And then that's crazy. But I panicked because my phone wasn't working. How sad is that my whole life revolves around that phone?
Hang on. Let's take this to the airwaves. Somebody's still sitting at your desk?
Yes, and I find hair on my desk every day. It's pretty gross.
Who is it? You?
I got my
You
own
have a
nasty
desk.
desk.
I literally come into the break room, I grab a wet paper towel, and I get some Lysol, and I just spray it and wipe down. It is pretty disgusting.
Good to know.
So I put a nice little note on my desk. I said, hey, if you would like to sit here, just clean up after yourself. And if you'd like to, there's a desk in front of me nobody's claimed. So
Yeah, why not sit at the desk where nobody's there?
you want to know why? People like their privacy. They like how I have the double cubicle
Yeah.
wall.
Right.
The front one doesn't really have that.
That's
Because
true.
when you walk down the hallway, you can see the corner of it. Look, I don't mind moving, but the fact that I had to move a bunch of Formica boards off of that desk, I take pride in it. So that's my desk.
Yeah. It is your desk.
Thank you.
Then
This'll
why
be
don't you move to the front desk and
no,
bring your
no,
double
no,
boards?
no,
with
no.
you?
Because
I'm with him.
that
It's
tells them they
principle.
win.
That's
That-
principle.
That's tell them they win.
The hair picker needs to sit at another desk.
Then you have a guy eating seeds.
Yeah, I found no,
Disgusting.
it wasn't seeds. It was onions. They would take the onions off their sandwich, and it fell onto the ground. And I figured out who it was. We've had a nice conversation about it, but
Wait, onions would fall to the ground?
they'd take it off their sandwich. What's the point of ordering onions on your sandwich and then taking it off?
I agree. I absolutely agree. And they sit there and do that. Right? Onions and the JoJo don't get along.
They
well.
smell like
yeah.
body
I
odor.
love onions, but they do smell.
They all the part of the this is like an episode of The Office.
Yeah,
There's something that's going
basically.
on.
There's
We're gonna
enough
have-
hair that I've gathered. Probably could make a comb and just you could probably make a brush with it.
Why
I mean,
are you gathering it?
I'm not gathering. I'm just saying out of the
Okay.
weeks and months. This is probably dates back to August.
I think the gathering of the hair is how Hannibal Lecter started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not gathering the hair. I'm getting the
No,
paper
I'll be the
towel,
judge of
throwing
that.
it. Go ahead, please.
Oh, there's so many things I want to say, but I'm not going to do it. But we're on the same page.
Me
Dr.
too,
Crane.
yeah.
That is for sure.
Just you get like 4 bottles of Lysol and then just spray people. And then spray your. I mean, that's just you shouldn't have to do it, but you know what? Every office is like this.
My thing is, this is what I'm going to say. At this point, when you get to that point in your life where you're working somewhere, I mean, you're an adult, you know,
Yeah.
so act like an adult, you know, show some hygiene.
That ain't gonna
It's
happen.
not that hard. Like, I mean, come on.
You know, one of the first things I taught my son was deodorant.
Yeah. Deodorant's a good thing.
I said, Bubba, no matter what, you got to brush your teeth and smell good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that you come to me with bad breath or BO, I'm done.
There was one time in high school, like I had gym second period, which was terrible. And I forgot my deodorant. And I literally was just apologizing to everybody the rest of the day. Like, I'm sorry. And like, finally, one of my friends gave me some Axe.
You know what I've done before? This is not nice, probably shouldn't share, but years ago, I'm like, man, I had to put my deodorant on. I would stop by Walgreens, put the deodorant on, put it back on the shelf.
Oh, Joe.
and then go on.
Come on.
You're welcome. This
Come
is years
on,
ago.
man.
Everybody does
No,
something like this.
no. Don't say we all. We all don't.
We've
no,
all
no, don't
done
say
that.
that.
You've never done
No.
anything nefarious like that.
No.
Bull.
No.
And you too.
Absolutely
Say-
not.
Not
You've done
that.
something.
No.
Never eaten some at the grocery store, like an apple, and put it back in there because it
Nope.
didn't taste right.
No.
I absolutely disagree.
No. I have not done that.
I'm not saying I did it today. It's like 25, 30 years ago.
He's backpedaling. He's trying to get out of this.
No,
justify
I
this.
know. But I told my son, I'm like, you got to smell good. I mean, BO is the absolute worst. There's
I
no
agree.
excuse to having BO.
Knock
no
you
I
out.
excuse.
agree.
It's not.
I'm saying it would knock you out.
You know, Matthew McConaughey doesn't wear deodorant because he does hot yoga.
He's a different breed.
He's an odd duck. Good man. We spent some good times together at UTA.
Quack.
But he's no, I read Like he sweats all of his toxins out in hot yoga. Doesn't wear deodorant.
Nevada Josh says most of y'all are bald. Who's the hairy one? I'm not bald.
Chase has hair on his
Chase
head.
got hair. Yeah.
It's receding, but it's not. It's still there.
Was that Diana receding?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. We all.
The afternoon show is all bald. Rex Road has hair. Robbie's bald. Lyman has a lot of hair. You have hair. Connor has hair.
Yep. But who's got the sweetest beard? Derek Mason.
Yeah.
He needs to grow that beard out like Santa Claus. He'd look good in that beard. Just grow it out there. But no, that's the thing. It's like brush your teeth, put deodorant on.
2349 says put a thumbtack on the seat.
I might do that. I have like 4 or 5 of them on the board in front of me. I might do that.
God, it'd be great. Next thing you know, you hear me screaming. Damn it! What is this? So here's the deal. Keep your desk a nightmare like mine is. Mine's got all those helmets and magazines and papers. Nobody wants to sit there. That is a non-welcoming cubicle. Nobody wants to go to cubicle.
We'll provide an update on this on another day. I can guarantee that. More coming. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Wednesday. Hope you're having a good day so far. A lot of people are mad at you.
That's fine. They can be mad at the 18-year-old Joe Dubin. That's fine. All day long. By the way, the Verizon thing is now,
Yeah. Koharski's tweeting about it. It's a big deal.
Do you still have it? SOS?
Yep.
Do you have it, Dr. Crane?
No.
How do you not have it?
I pay my phone bill.
Shut your
Well,
mouth.
so do I.
Shut
I
your
know
mouth.
you do. You have it too, Chase? Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I have one bar though on 5G.
I mean, I'm on Wi-Fi, so it's fine. But no, I have SOS right now.
Yeah, I don't. And we went through everything to kind of figure it out right now. So evidently, it's a problem around the country too.
You know what's crazy? If everybody doesn't have their phones, I feel like there's a lot of drivers out there that do not know where they're going.
You might be right. My son's one of
that's true.
those.
Sense of direction, folks.
We never needed it growing up, man. Just kinda,
Use MapQuest, print it out before you leave. Where are you going?
There you
Yep.
go.
Or get that, unfold that gigantic map to say where you're going to go and do all that.
Clark, what exit? Your little axe thing you talked about there. I as a kid, I remember getting like a lighter and then doing the whole axe thing where you make a giant flame. That's something I did. I never, went to the store, spread it on me, and left.
What are you talking about?
Talking about rebellious things I've done
yeah.
with axe. That's one thing I've done was the lighter, and then you spray the axe can, you get
Yeah.
the big flame.
Well, I'm telling you, you go to Bath and Body Works at the mall, and you're with me, right? You're with me at Tanger Outlets. We did that. I put every cologne and lotion on possible, and you're like, God, this is something.
Why do you expose me?
Yeah, right. And so we did all that, but yeah, the spraying. Yeah, we all did stuff at 18, 19, 20 we're not proud of. We all did. Like when I was a bartender, I would eat your food. If I served you and you didn't eat your food, I would eat your food. I'd eat your food. And then somebody's like, what if so-and-so spat on their food? I'm like, when's the last time you spit on your food? Right? If you ordered a prime rib and you ate half of it and you left and take it with you, I'm eating your prime rib. I'm putting it in a box and I did it the longest time. The coach and I, when we bartended together, we ate everybody's food, right? It's going to be there. So don't think you eat. If I go to a restaurant and the pizza's there and you didn't eat all your pizza, I'm eating your pizza.
You know what? On this phone thing, if I was running social media for Cricket Wireless, I would tweet out and be like, "Oh, now you want us." You should let them know. You have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever right now.
Right? So but if you're driving, you're screwed right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
This is far reaching. This is how much dependent we've come on phones. This is growing up. The idea of having a phone in your car was nobody had that at all. So best of luck out there. Hope there's not any distracted driving going on now. Because
when phones are working, drivers in Nashville are great. So surely it'll be fine.
Well, they're not looking down at everything. I had to honk at a guy today who stopped at a red light on his phone. I'm like, you are the lead dog at the red light. Your job is to go when that light. I waited about almost 3 seconds, and I could see his head was down on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
Go. Take off. I'm not sitting around all day long with this. But yeah, no updates coming through anything. And by the way, Dr. Crane, first thing was like, I don't think you paid your bill.
he's that guy.
I come in for advice because you might be the smartest guy I know.
Did you plug it in?
Because it is like the middle of the month. So if you pay it once a month or twice a month, it'd be the day.
I pay at the end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the fact that's the first thing you're like, I don't think you paid your bill. I'm like, no, I paid my bill. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I paid my bill, man. Now I feel good, but I don't feel good, but I feel validated that everybody else's phone's having a problem. It wasn't just me. And you're like, take your SIM card out. I'm like, I don't even know where that is. Do we have one of those things?
Yeah. A lot of the new iPhones
they're virtual now.
eSIM, yeah.
Verizon News says Verizon engineering teams are continuing to address today's service interruptions. Our teams remain fully deployed and are focused on the issue. We understand the impact this has on your day and remain committed to resolving this as quickly as possible. TD goes after him too. TD's like, this is inexcusable. He's right though. They charge you out the you know what for service.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this
think about
happens.
it. How does TD and Paul and everybody get
Yeah, I mean,
instant
this
reaction?
is big.
I mean, can you imagine if Harbaugh's named the head coach right now at the Titans?
Yeah.
I
that would be
mean,
something.
the phones are down.
Can you
nothing's happening.
imagine like how much this country especially shuts down when Twitter goes down?
Yeah.
People lose their ever-loving mind.
Right. And that, and and of all the big ones, I mean, Facebook and Instagram are far more users than Twitter. Imagine that goes down. That's crazy, man. So people are out there trying to figure out what's going on. It's not you. It's all of us together
It's not you. It's me.
that are doing this. And we're not going to shame you like Dr. Crane. I don't think you paid your bill.
It was the first thing that came to mind. All right.
It's all right, man. You just worry
He's
about
got it. No, see, he's our customer service, so he has a list of questions he has to ask you.
Yeah.
Did you pay your bill? Did you turn it off and turn it back on? Is it charged up? Is your cellular setting on?
You would be great. By the way, I think
You have
Did you
Wi-Fi
pick?
calling
Did you
on.
pick your beard at my desk?
if you work in customer service, you should be allowed to fight one customer a month. Right? You think so?
Yeah, I think you'd really have to choose which one though.
No.
Is it at the beginning of the month, end of the month, or
Doesn't
middle of the
matter.
month? No.
You get to fight one customer a month. Customer's not always right. Get to fight one customer a month. And then word gets out. I'm not going to that guy. He's going to fight me if I come to him with a complaint. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen. So you'd be allowed. Customer service people, God bless you. Every one of you should be allowed to fight one customer a month, no matter what happens going on there.
It's fair.
But now, I mean, we got to sit there. I got to drive later on. I'm wondering if, not resolved by now or anything.
What
Well,
direction?
People in Clarksville are saying they're fine, so it must be just random areas.
People in Clarksville are fine.
They are.
It's
They're
not
good people.
Montgomery County up there.
Shout out to Montgomery County.
Yeah. So you're right. I mean, we are so dependent on all this now. And it's sad to be this way, but that's the way it's kind of evolved. Like we talk about the question of one day, lose your wallet or your phone, which is worse? I've not yet fully put everything in my phone. I still carry the
Mine's
wallet.
on both. So.
So your credit card's on the back of your phone?
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'd lose all that. And is that attached by like a magnet?
Yeah.
What if the magnet comes loose and you lose everything?
Then I'm SOL.
Let me ask you, what you got?
Make sure you have a leather wallet on you. That's what you need. Bifold or a money clip.
All right. Say, for example, Chase, you lost your little credit card holder there, okay? Do you know how to go in to your credit card company and cancel credit cards or put them on hold?
Yes.
You could do that within 10 minutes.
Yep.
God, you're smart. Your mom raised you well.
Huh, I just know
I
how
couldn't.
this stuff works.
I couldn't. I'd be like, all right, what credit card is this? Who do I call? Oh, this one. Okay, this is credit limits maxed out.
But you would call me, JJ, or Dr. Crane, and we would help you.
Probably. Yeah.
Or your other son, Beasley.
Nah, he didn't know anything. He's too cocky. I'd call you two guys first.
There's a
Like-
phone number on the back of the credit card. Also, you could just get the app and log in through your login, whatever that is, and you can just turn a swipe off.
But if all mine got stolen, I'd be like, all right, I don't remember what's what. I don't. That's how sad I am.
Yeah.
So
615-737-1025. We'll get back to more of your calls and texts coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
If he were to come here, he'd be good with the setup as the Titans just announced it and just basically be the coach. He's the GM, or would he want more power than that?
Yeah, I get the sense that the setup that stands right now is what he's comfortable with. He's not trying to come in here and change this up again, right? They definitely have a unique setup there. Obviously you have the Atlanta Falcons, who have a bit of, I guess it's kind of similar to what the Titans have, except the person really running point now is Matt Ryan, since he's the president of football, which is I guess kind of a new title. But he's going to oversee everything. And then in New York, you have really just Joe Shane. And from speaking to all three teams and even speaking to the Harbaugh side to this, it doesn't seem that anyone's setup is detracting him because he is power hungry or feels that he has to have the final say. He had a good working relationship with Eric DaCosta in Baltimore. And, we've all heard over the years where Harbaugh would be frustrated with things because he wanted it a certain way. But I don't think he's taking this next job going, I'm making the call on the final roster every single week and who's doing what and how we're drafting. And I think he has strong confidence in the way Tennessee has set it up. And I do think Mike Borgonzi's brought a lot of appeal. I think that should make fans feel really good. There isn't a lot of muck when you talk about this team right now in terms of the candidates trying to get this job. Even discussing ownership, right? That's the question candidates are all asking. What is it like to work for her? That's a lot of the back channeling that coaches do. They call each other assistants, former head coaches, former GMs, agents even, of what is she really like? And I think the reviews have been pretty good considering, because I know there's been a lot of up and down, and indecisiveness, or even maybe very decisive.
Over decisiveness, yeah.
Over decisive over the last few years, But I just think that's really good news. And I'm not saying I'm shocked by it, but I had a conversation yesterday with someone who interviewed, and they seemed really good with the setup, with the way it's all been going. Now, do I think there's a lot of fat in Tennessee? Yeah. Like, it feels like there's a lot of people. Whereas when you talk to New York, it's just Joe, right? It's just Joe Shane. Like, you just talk to him, and yes, you have ownership group and they're involved. Obviously the Mara family has always been part of the football operation. He's in the building every single day. But I think so far candidates seem to be okay with the way it's working.
That was Diana Russini on with Robbie and Rexroad earlier today, talking about the setup here in Nashville with the Titans.
It's a lot to unpack, but she's correct, man. I mean, I like the word back channeling. I'm going to start using that more. That sounds important. Like, yeah, we reached out to that person with a lot of back channeling on this job. It just sounds like very espionage-ish kind of way.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of back channeling that happens.
But I think she's right. I think there had to be some clarity in the front office of the Titans that I think somebody went to Amy and said, here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got no problem here. Here's the problem. Nobody knows what's going on.
Right.
You're being laughed at.
Right.
And talked down to her and said, hey, you got to figure this out. And then boom.
Yeah.
No.
She listened.
There's no coincidence that came out on a Friday before Black Monday.
Yeah.
Smart.
And it was smart. And now, people are looking at the setup, and it's like all of a sudden this job's attractive. You got a quarterback, you got a lot of cap space, you got a top 5 draft pick that you can make. And so, and keep in mind, everybody's like, oh, they got the 4th overall pick. They got the 4th overall pick in every round. So keep that in mind.
Right. Did you hear Terry Bradshaw talk about the most attractive job? And he's crazy, but I love him.
He probably said the Houston Oilers.
That's a good one. He said the Miami Dolphins.
St. Louis Cardinals.
And Howie Long's like, the Miami Dolphins. He's like, yeah, one reason. And they're like, what is? He's like, no income tax.
In Florida?
No state income tax.
Do they not have a?
No, they don't. Just like Tennessee does.
Yeah.
So
that's true too.
Look, that's Calvin. Do you remember when Calvin Ridley signed? And him and his girlfriend and wife, they like, all right, I'm going to pay 2.4% here or 13.8% in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, whenever we live up there. And they said they chose Tennessee because less income tax. So all this plays into it still as well. All right, I love it. All right, well, you're going to make, get some of your money here too. And they're like, okay, we'll take it.
Dante Moore has announced He will return to Oregon.
Smart move.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because he could probably be the number 1 overall pick next year.
If not after what I saw Friday night.
If he obviously works on some things, but
yeah, just like Justin Fields,
yeah,
Keely Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, no brainer. That's why when Bucky Brooks was talking about Fernando Mendoza the day about you don't take a game manager at number 1. You don't take a game. You don't know. You just don't know.
Did you see the rumors too that Ty Simpson reportedly turned down like $6.5 million to go into the draft?
Was it from Miami?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't they have a quarterback?
I think he's done.
Is he done?
Is Beck done after this year?
He may be. I don't know.
Didn't Dylan Raiola just transfer to Oregon, by the way?
He did. I thought.
That's going to be an odd
Did you see TJ Finley, the quarterback, on his 7th school? You talk about nonsense with the portal. His 7th school, right? 7, not 2, not 3, but your 7th school, which tells me you're a quitter. You're a quitter.
That's a really good question. What does that mean for Dylan Raiola? Because I think everybody thought Moore was going to leave.
Well, why not transfer out? Everybody else is.
Isn't that what Joey Aguilar did? He transferred to UCLA, but he never started and then transferred out.
Sure did.
So that's probably what's
But
going
wasn't the portal set up differently then, like after spring ball?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There was 2 portals.
Yeah. So you got 2 days to get out.
Yeah. Has he started school?
I don't know. Like
That's
middle
interesting.
starts school next Tuesday. I'm not sure when other schools. Tennessee might have started this week. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, could Dylan Raiola land on old Rocky Top? They need a quarterback.
I hope not. They already had
That's
number 15 was great with Carl Pickens back in the day. They don't need Mahomes wannabe 2.0.
What if he went to Kentucky, follow Will Stein?
They've already got their guy.
That's right.
Former Pope John Paul quarterback.
Texas Tech has their guy, right? Didn't they get the North Texas?
No, they got the Cincinnati guy.
Cincinnati, yeah.
North Texas guy went to Oklahoma State. It's on and on.
Who needs a quarterback? Tennessee.
I mean, they don't have a proven one.
Right.
That's one. Yep.
Because they missed out on the other guy, Levitt. Yeah.
Who went to Baton Rouge.
Yep.
Ole
Miss could use one.
Yep. Because Chambliss got denied.
Yeah.
Bama's going to ride with their backup guy.
Well, they have that. Well, it's not just him. They have the 5-star. I think they'll go to him.
Okay. But as far as, teams need proven, I think Tennessee needs somebody to compete with McIntyre.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
And I don't, otherwise, like, does Florida got a quarterback?
No.
I don't think so. Lagway's gone.
Does Penn State?
I don't think so.
So, I mean, there are options.
Some schools going to have to recruit a quarterback and develop him. Well, because there's not.
Or, I mean, okay, well, the reports are that Moore is going back to school. I mean, he could technically transfer, couldn't he?
If
he looks at Raiola, I mean, how much they're paying Raiola?
Maybe they're, give a $3 million, you got it, and come back and get it done at Oregon again. You're going to win games because it's Oregon, but who knows, man? But these kids are in this unique position now; they can barter what they want to get, and that wasn't the deal before. And so,
I mean, it's an interesting move on his part because I still think he would have probably been the number 2 pick in the draft just because of the position he plays. So he's leaving money on the table,
I guess. But Mendoza's to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the Jets? But if you're paying me a lot of money,
I guess not.
I will. It's funny. We did this segment one day about NIL back in the day. Like, what would have Bo Jackson made going to his senior year at Auburn?
Oh,
Herschel to his junior year at Georgia. Marcus Allen at US. I mean, on and on and on.
What would SMU football have looked like? Because they wouldn't have gotten the death penalty.
That's right. They wouldn't. Where'd you get that car? Oh, that's my grandma's car. Grandma drives a Corvette. Yeah, she loves that car. Peyton and all these guys. I mean, just the money they would have gotten through all that. It's crazy.
Does Peyton play all? Was it 5 years?
4.
4 years at UT?
Yeah,
I think so.
Because I think he loved college football.
Yeah.
Like he
But I mean,
loved-
what did I say all 4 years at UT? Does he stay at UT or does
I think he's the kind of guy that would,
yeah.
because you're getting paid and you're a good program. And
It is such a fascinating what if though to look at football, college football, really in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, a 30-year window of what would it have been like with NIL in the portal.
oh, I mean, Reggie Bush knows because he got paid.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a ton of situations of, Michigan and with basketball and everything that like none of that would have mattered.
That's right. Goes back a long way, but they want to control the power because they're afraid of what happened and what's happening now. That's part of it.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHoney.com. More coming here on Chasing Big Joe 1025 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, the game here on this Wednesday. Take the money and run.
Take the money and run.
The College Football Hall of Fame class has been announced.
2026 College Football Hall of Fame class announced. Some big names: Kajana Carter, running back, Penn State; Aaron Donald, University of Pittsburgh, drafted by. We liked him when we saw him on tape. Jeff Fisher. Marvin Harrison. It's your cousin, Marvin Harrison. Garrison Hurst, University of Georgia. Mark Ingram, Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama.
Thank you.
Is drafted. James Laurinaitis, Ohio State.
Nice.
Isn't his dad a wrestler?
He's no longer with us, but yes, he was.
What was his dad's name?
Animal.
Okay. Herman Moore, University of Virginia wide receiver, great fantasy football wide receiver back in the day. Terrence Newman, Kansas State. Ndamukong Suh, University of Nebraska.
Are these all like finalists, or this is the
They
class?
put like 30 people in
Okay.
there. Yeah, because these guys are deserving, unlike the NFL Hall of Fame, where last couple of classes, Peter Wark is in, and then a safety, which I love, Eric Weddle, is also in the College Football Hall of Fame. Coaches, Gary Patterson, Chris Peterson, and a guy that I got to know that was a head coach at Carson Newman, no longer with us, Ken Sparks. Much deserved. 78% winning percentage at Carson Newman from 1980 to 2016. I know a lot of guys in our area played for Coach Sparks at Carson Newman, and they can testify what a good man he was. The chair of the college football class, Archie Manning.
Yeah.
He's like, man, we're thrilled to announce the 2026 College Football Hall of Fame class. Each of these legends rank among the absolute best ever played or coached the game.
I will say, walking through the rotunda at the College Football Hall of Fame and like just seeing the names, that was pretty cool. Because there's people that you'll see and be like, oh, I didn't know that.
I think we got more excited about Boots Donnelly.
We did, yeah.
We're like, oh, it's Boots Donnelly, and we got so excited about it. It's very cool because
John Merritt, yep.
Walking through, it's like our reaction was organic and different because it was guys that I knew, guys that you knew, and on and on. It's like, this is really cool to see all this. And hopefully in 6 months from now, we'll be back down there again.
Yeah. Have they officially announced us where they're going to be?
I don't know.
I don't think they have.
They showed during the game the other night some of the teams going through the college football headquarters, the Hall of Fame down there in Atlanta before the Peach Bowl or during the Peach Bowl game. Really cool to see all that.
So when we started talking about open NFL jobs, you said you thought the Falcons job was the best job?
Yes.
Dan Orlovsky agrees with you.
Oh, God.
He says, I think the best available job when it comes to the ability to win now is Atlanta.
What does he say about the quarterback?
I don't know. I'm just reading the quote.
Okay.
I don't know the video.
I just think they've got a really, really good defense. They win 8-9, almost made the playoffs. Got some bad quarterback play down the stretch. You get somebody to turn Michael Penix Jr. around and make him serviceable, or get another quarterback.
Let's play a game real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm going to say the record, and you tell me the team.
Okay.
7-10.
Is this teams that need coaches?
Yeah, these are all the vacancies.
7-10 would be the NFC, AFC team. What's not the Raiders? Hold on, don't go anywhere. It's nobody in the South. Would that be not the Ravens? Is it?
Nope.
Not the Steelers.
Nope.
Dolphins.
Okay.
That Damn
is it. 3 teams are at 3-14. The Titans are one of those.
Raiders and Jets.
Jets aren't open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Giants.
Raiders and
the Giants.
Giants are 4-13.
Hold on. Now.
Titans, Raiders, and
another crappy team. Hold on. NFC?
Yes. We couldn't even remember their head coaches.
Oh, Arizona.
Yeah. There you go. Giants are 4-13. One team's at 5-12.
Browns.
And then you have 2 at 8-9 and 1 at 10-7.
8-9 would be the Ravens.
And
Gosh. Steelers are not that. They'd be more
Steelers are 10-7.
10-7. Okay.
Falcons.
Yeah. Falcons.
Pretty crazy to look at it from that perspective.
Well, I mean, changes need to be made, but I
Yeah.
really think, I mean, that's I just because they got the good defense in Atlanta. You got Bijan Robinson. You got some good receivers there. I mean, it's built to win, and I think Tampa Bay is going to regress a little bit. Who knows what's going to happen to the Saints, and the Panthers are going to be a team to deal with going on. That'd be like you win there quickly. I mean, like to me, there's nothing appealing, and I love Miami, the city, and I love warm weather. But there's nothing appealing about that Dolphins job.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Coming up next, we will talk to Michael McCarron, Predators forward. I actually caught up with him earlier today. You'll hear that conversation. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday. Predators with a huge win at Bridgestone Arena last night, 4-3 in overtime against the Edmonton Oilers. Steven Stamkos scores his 20th of the year, and it was a fun beginning because our next guest, Michael McCarron, dropped the mitts with Darnell Nurse to start things off. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. And yeah, that was a good way to get things going, get a little energy in the building. You and Nurse are just like, all right, let's do this thing.
Yeah, I had to give you guys something to talk about today on air. No, but it was good. It was, just we played a lot of hockey recently. Wanted to come out with some energy. We kind of owed those guys one. They beat us pretty good in their building a couple weeks back. So we wanted to come out, have a great start, and Nurse just asked me to fight off the opening draw, and felt like it was the right time for us as a team. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Do you like playing these guys though? I mean, everybody looks at it. Obviously, you got McDavid and Draisaitl and Hyman. I mean, they score a lot of goals, but I feel like for a team like the way you guys are built, you would enjoy that kind of challenge, and obviously you met it last night.
Yeah, it's always a great challenge to play against really good teams. They've been to the Stanley Cup Finals, as you know, two years in a row. They got two of the best players in the NHL. I would love to play them not on the penalty kill. Their power play is lethal. But I felt like our 5-on-5 game against them, we were pretty good last night. We were really good defensively. Obviously they're going to have a lot of zone time with those top guys. And I thought, we did a great job at minimizing, their high danger chances 5-on-5. So, it's a great challenge for us. And it also gives us a little bit of confidence to know that we can play against, the best teams and not only play against them, but, compete and win. So it's a huge game for us, huge win for us, especially, heading into some big road games against some really good teams in Colorado and Vegas, that we have some momentum heading into that.
Michael McCarron is with us. When you play skill guys, there's always the game plan of like, all right, we got to take them out of the game. When they have so many and that it's going to be really difficult just to make them completely disappear, what is the discussion on how you neutralize or slow a guy down, such as McDavid or Draisaitl?
Yeah, you really just have to stay above them all night. You want to make sure that they have to go through as many guys as possible. So meaning like we can't have three forwards in the offensive zone below the goal line, and then they break out 3-on-2 and it's a clear 3-on-2. You want to make sure that Draisaitl and McDavid have to go through 5 guys to be able to make it up the ice. You want to throw sticks in there as much as possible. Stick on puck when they have it. You want to make it just a little bit more difficult for them. But they're always going to find ways. I mean, I thought 5-on-5, we did a really good job against them. It was a good game for us defensively. And other than our PK, their power play is so good. We have a really good PK, and their power play is just clicking at I'm pretty sure Max told me it's a historical number. So you want to stay out of the box against those guys. They got 2 last night. So to minimize that as much as possible, that's key against that team. And the way we played 5-on-5, that's key as well.
I have really enjoyed watching your line with Cole Smith. Obviously, it's been nice having him back since he was hurt. And then Reed Schaefer. I mean, Big Red, he's just that kid is energy and fun to watch. What's it like skating with them?
Yeah, it's great to have number one, to have Smitty back. I missed him for a month and a half there with an injury, but it's great having him back. We seem to have chemistry together. I know may not be producing at the same rate as I have in the past, but I feel like we create some good energy for our team, some momentum. We always seem to have another team's top line matched against, and play really good defensively and try to keep the puck out of our net. And as Big Red, he's fit in our line really great. He's like you said, he's energetic, he's fast, he's big, he's mean, and the way he plays the game fits Smitty and myself style of game, and we have great forechecks and great zone time. So I feel like we've been going pretty good, and for a young guy to step in, especially him, I think he's like 20, 21. It's hard to play in this league that young, and the way he's playing, it's spectacular to see him have success, and it's great to have him on our line.
We're talking to Michael McCarron here on Chase and Big Joe. You've been here for the better part of 6 seasons now, and this organization's gone through some change, but you've been a constant, and you're one of these leaders now with this group. How special is that for you to know that the organization trusts you to be a part of this and wherever the rest of this season will go?
Yeah, it's awesome. I pride myself in staying and grinding it out with an organization. I think things really didn't work out for me in Montreal, and kind of had a short stint there after I was drafted, and I seem to find a home here in Nashville, and it's been awesome. My family and I love it here. It's it's a home away from home. We make this our home now. So Nashville's been great. And to go into your second part as a leader on this team and a constant, it feels good. It feels good knowing that someone trusts and believes in you, and I just bring it every night. I show up with a good energy every day, and it feels great. I love this team. I love this organization. They've given me so much, and I just try to give back as much as they've given me.
Do you feel like that, when I look at this group, and, I've covered you guys for a long time, and I feel like the Predator way has been, the guys that wear letters, okay, that's, that they are part of the leadership group, but even the guys that don't, it just seems like that's how this team works, and that's how good teams work. So why is that so important for you all to make sure that you have a solid leadership core that can help keep everybody on the straight and narrow, but also help these young guys that keep coming in?
Yeah, we have a big leadership group. It's been that way since I got in. Like you said, it's the guys with letters. Obviously, you look up to them for advice, for pretty much everything. O'Reilly, Yost, Stammer, Phil, those guys are all superstars in this league, and they have an answer for pretty much everything. So it's always good to go to them. But sometimes younger guys are scared to go talk to the big dogs, so to say. And then they come to the next group of guys, and it's always good to have I always have my ear open for guys, and maybe some guys feel more comfortable coming to me and chatting with me. So I have a great relationship with the younger guys. It's a fun group to be around, and that secondary leadership, like you said, really does make great teams, and everybody's a leader in that room in their own way, and everybody seems to be stepping up, and it's been great.
I mean, come on, Roman Yossi's like the nicest guy I've ever met. How could you be scared of that guy?
I mean, sometimes it may just be a little bit of nerves, I would think. I remember when I was young, you're not necessarily scared to go ask him questions, but maybe a little bit nervy. I mean, he's such a big face and a big name in this league that when you're young, it's a little bit intimidating. So the next set of guys is, Halsey, Smitty, me, and it's, we're probably a bit easier to talk to just based on the fact that we're not such big names, and we're easy to talk to. Not saying Yost isn't, but sometimes there's a little bit of an intimidation factor there.
Yeah, I understand that. You mentioned a couple of road games coming up with Colorado and Vegas. These are two teams that are squarely in the playoffs and in their division race right now. So you talk about the schedule and everything. How big of a test is this going to be to go out on the West Coast and try and bring 4 points back?
Yeah, it's always challenging going on the road in this league. It's every building has great energy and hostility towards the away team, just like when they come into Bridgestone. So yeah, it's going to be a great test for us. Colorado's lost like 2 or 3 home games all year. It's going to be a challenge in there. Not to mention that they have they're in elevation, so the breathing is a little bit tougher there. And then in Vegas, they have one of the most hostile environments in the league. I would say besides Bridgestone, it's tough to play there, and we beat them there 2 weeks ago. So they're going to be looking for some revenge, and they're going to come out hard, and we're going to have to be ready for the challenge. Yeah, 2 really good teams on the road. It's going to be a great test for us. But like I said, we're playing really good. We like where our game's at. We're stingy, and teams are starting to realize they don't really want to play against us the way we play. It's hard. They got to go full 200 feet to score goals, and we're stingy. So I like our chances, and if we continue to play the way we have been, we're rolling pretty good right now, and it's fun to be around the room, and we're bringing energy every night. So we can play against anybody in this league.
Well, it's fun to watch too, my friend. Hey, I appreciate the time today. Good luck in Colorado and Vegas, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
That's Mike McCarron, Big Mac, Big Sexy. He's got a couple of different nicknames. And again, the Predators will hit the road and take on the Colorado Avalanche coming up Friday night. I'll have pregame for you at 7 o'clock here on 102.5 The Game. And then the Vegas Golden Knights the next night, Saturday night. Robbie Stanley will have pregame for you starting at 8 for that one. We'll actually come back, talk a little Predators and the run that this team is on right now, because they're playing some good hockey. Like Mike mentioned, what can this mean moving forward? Do they have a push in them for the playoffs? I think so. We'll discuss that coming up next. It's Chasing Big Joe here on this Wednesday, 102.5 The Game.
and they're going to have a go here already. McCarron, it took all of 3 seconds. McCarron all squared off with Darnell Nurse, defenseman for the Oilers. Big fellow. He is the nephew of the former Eagles quarterback, Donovan McNabb. Just short-range punches so far. A big overhand right thrown by Nurse. McCarron trying to get his right hand free. They spin around. They got to be dizzy by now. McCarron with the right lead right into the mush, and they tumble to the ice.
That was Pete Weber on the call last night. Mike McCarron, Darnell Nurse dropping the mitts 3 seconds into it. Predators win 4-3 in overtime at Bridgestone Arena against the Edmonton Oilers. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel here on this Wednesday. It's been fun as of late. They're, playing better. They haven't gone on this crazy win streak by any means, but they're racking up points, and now they find themselves, as we talked about earlier, 1 point out of a playoff spot right now.
I think it's great, man. It's a lot of fun. It's tempered the stupid talk. Fire everybody. You got to fire that guy. Fire him. That shut all y'all up about that. And so that's what winning does. And I don't care what sport you got going on, but this is fun, man. Then you go out and you take on Colorado on Friday, and then Vegas on Saturday, and come back, and then win some more games at home. I just think they look like they're having fun. And to me, that's a great side of winning.
I agree. You can just hear it when you talk to the guys and when you watch them, that they're bought in and they're playing for each other. And they, Michael McCarron talked about it in the interview of being a really good group and a tight group. And you got different levels of mentorship going on with the, guys like O'Reilly and Yossi and Phil, and then McCarron and kind of those guys. Eric Holla has been a really great addition. That was one that I got to give Barry Trotz a ton of credit for. When that move was made, I was kind of like, I don't really know what they're doing here. And then you get Nick Hague and Colton Sissons has gone. Holla has really been a nice addition to this group.
I missed the Barry Trotz interview. Where can I find that?
You can find it at thegamenashville.com.
Okay.
That's where you can find that. Or you can subscribe to the DVD podcast.
Well done. Did he say anything that was controversial?
Not really.
That was...
Not really.
Well,
it's kind of a week-to-week thing. I'd play some clips, but we don't have it. So, but
that's good. I mean, look, it's and Barry's not the kind of guy who's like, told you. Just keep winning. Let your results and let your play on the ice do all the talking while you're going through all this, man. So this is good. Just I'd love a February, March, April playoff run. Watch the city go crazy. Be great, man. Then you get in, anything can happen. It's so equal now with a lot of things with these teams that get those playoffs, get some momentum. Next thing you know, boom, you're there.
Yep. And I mean it just feels like the guys that you really need to do something, they are. Forsberg's in a little bit of his scoring drought that he kind of goes through, but you obviously have Stamkos, who now leads the team with 20 goals, which that's probably how it should be. 31 points. Forsberg's got 16. Then Ryan O'Reilly, Michael Bunting. That was a trade deadline addition last year that a lot of people kind of questioned. Barry Trotz was pretty adamant on it of, hey, this is a guy that, can really help us. And then, depending on where they are this year, he's got a year, he's on the last year of his deal that he can move him. But I think right now you don't move anyone except maybe you listen to Marchessault, because I just don't see him fitting.
Is he injured?
He's injured right now, but yeah,
how
he's day to day.
Are we all?
He just got put on IR. So
how does I know IR baseball and football are different. What's it in hockey?
It is, well, it depends on if it was retroactive or not. You got to be, I think it's a week. You got to be on. They've changed it so much. But look, this is where they are right now. Evangelista has played well. He's already, I believe he's exceeded his point total in his career
So
high.
split this road trip. Be happy?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you come back with 2 points, you'd be happy. Obviously, you'd love 4. But Colorado is just a really tough place to play. I think they have. Let me look. I don't know if they've lost in regulation at home.
Good Lord. We're in mid-January.
I mean, they've only lost 4 games in regulation. Yeah, they're 19-0-3 at home.
Nice.
So they've only lost in overtime at home.
Wow. It's pretty good.
And then 14-4-5 on the road. So,
They just
but look, all it takes is
division.
one.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, they're 7-2-1 in their last 10. They've lost. They lost their last game in overtime. So,
well, has the
they're slumping.
NHL insider for the Unathletic will tell you one way to win those games: score more goals.
Yeah, that's right. That's really good stuff. You can't get that anywhere
No, you
else.
can't. And then you apply the 4-5 cycle.
Yeah.
To guys.
He
like
also has reported. This is really good stuff. He's
Yes.
also reported when you are on the power play, you have one more player than they do on the ice.
No.
At the same time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That's good stuff.
That really is.
I mean, he's got stuff on there about, each team gets a goaltender. I mean, it's
NHL insider. Guy is really good from the Unathletic. Subscribe to all that good stuff. Again, when's the for the Olympic break? Are they off? Is Bridgestone quiet for like 3 weeks?
I think so. Yeah. I'd have to look at their schedule, and that's the other thing. You mentioned that. So they have the rest of January, which they got 3 more games at home. Then they go on an East Coast trip to Boston, New Jersey, the Islanders, and then they come back here for 2 against St. Louis and Minnesota. And then on the 5th, they go to Washington, and then they're done for about 3 weeks.
Wow.
And then at the end of the month, on the 26th, they're back at home against Chicago.
February.
Yep.
And then ride through that. God, man, time is flying.
So
by.
they play 5 games total in February. And 3 of those are at the first.
Do they have that? Is that every year that mandated break? Is that?
Well, that's a part of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that, with the Olympic break, that's
okay
included.
Good. Look, because they're not getting time off now as it's going. Little hour here, hour there, then on the plane or at the arena downtown.
And then, I mean, you look post-Olympic. So you got the 26th and 28th. They play in Chicago here and then at Dallas. And then you get into March. Back-to-backs. They got a Monday the 2nd is a 1:00 game.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Michelle Kennedy? What's the?
Yeah, they were for an international audience.
Yeah,
to kind
that's
of help
very
with that.
cool.
But I mean, they got back-to-backs. They got just a condensed schedule.
We'll be at the arena today, maybe.
There ain't no maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get it wrong.
Well, we don't have a show, so we'll be there.
The game's at 2.
Game's at 1.
Game's at 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so pregame at noon.
All right. Tell Jake take the day off.
Probably not.
Well, Jake didn't have to take the day off. We take the day off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I see what you're getting at, but yeah.
Little time off for Lyman.
Yeah. We'll see. So there you go. Preds doing well right now, and hopefully they can keep it up. Richie from White House, a football question. With Dante Moore returning back to Oregon, how much do you think this would affect the Titans in the draft? Not many quarterbacks going in the draft, which means other teams ahead of the Titans will probably take the best player available and not the quarterback.
Ooh, you want those teams that Mendoza's gone.
Yeah.
So that's off the board. Now you got 2, which is Jets at 2.
Yeah.
They need a quarterback.
I mean, are they taking Ty Simpson?
No.
Because
He's
that's
not
it.
a second.
But I mean, who else you got?
Look, free agency. I don't.
You know this quarterback, like what this could help, and you got to get through the combine and pro days and stuff. But does this help Diego Pavia? Because there's just not many options.
Oh my God, that's such a good question, man. I think he gets drafted.
I think he gets drafted too. I just
4th or 5th round, but you can't take the number 2 overall.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, does this?
I would draft him
up his stock.
I would draft him.
Look, if I'm the Titans, if he's sitting there in the 6th round, I'd take a flyer on him. If you've taken care of everything else,
is he bigger than Drew Brees? Probably not by much.
I don't know.
I mean, Flutie. I mean, there are examples of small Bryce Young, right?
Yeah.
Now, Bryce Young's a better passer than Diego Pavia, but Pavia's got that will to absolute win. I would take him. Maybe so. I mean, we're going to find there's going to be a shortage of quarterbacks. It's already happening, man.
Oh, it's yeah. It's
Like
definitely-
if I believe if Arch Manning came out this year, he'd go number 2, and I don't think he's that good. But I think he goes number 2 to the Jets. I think he'd be number 2. Just because.
Several reports are that the Giants are making a massive push to get a deal with John Harbaugh done today.
Well, I mean, you got him in house. Might as well. Don't let him leave.
We will see. We'll see what happens. We'll have more coming here on Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game.
What he send us?
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Wednesday.
The reports are do not go to your Verizon store because they can't help you. They're not sure what's going on. And some Verizon stores, people are getting a little upset.
Yeah. I'd probably close for the day if I was them.
I'd put a sign up. We'll return in 5 minutes and don't come back. So if you don't, just now joining us, there's a Verizon outage around the country affecting, I guess, 50% of us. And Chase and I are that 50%. And
Yeah.
Dr. Crane's not, because Dr. Crane paid his bill.
You can add me to the list. I just checked my phone. Just say SOS.
Welcome.
Thank
Welcome to the club.
A lot of fun.
Adam Schefter is reporting that the Steelers have requested a head coach interview with, and the last time they interviewed a Vikings defensive coordinator, it worked out for him, Brian Flores.
Smart.
So that could be an interesting fit.
That's a good one. They also interviewed the Rams passing game coordinator, a guy we'd never heard of. But hey, if you're going to,
he hadn't heard of us either.
I don't know, pal. We're pretty popular. We are pretty popular at places you wouldn't believe. Right?
Okay.
Where's your mom teach again?
A school.
Yeah. All right. We're popular over there. Popular at the Nico's Pizza loves us.
It's true.
We're on all the time at Nico's
True.
Pizza.
The Dolphins have completed an interview with Jeff Hafley for their head coaching position. Oh, that's right. So Flores was a senior defensive assistant with the Steelers, so that could certainly help him.
Now,
there.
is he not still suing the league, or he is, or
I
not,
don't
or
know. I think that's
Belichick
all
texting
done.
him, "Hey Brian, good luck." It was
Yeah,
Brian
it was
Dayball.
Yeah, it was something with that. Yeah. So I think that's all done. I don't know. 615-737-1025. Bob wants to weigh in on things. Bob, what's up?
Hey, curious, you were talking about Pavia with the draft and everything. I'm curious, since Moore's not coming out, and that leaves basically Mendoza, so that leaves Beck, Pavia, Simpson. Does this give us a better chance of trading Levis? Meaning, since the teams are going to need quarterbacks, does that give us a better chance of moving him and getting better capital for him?
That's a
really good question, Bob. Thanks for the call.
Bob, thanks, pal. Bam.
I mean, it certainly could. I mean, if you're Kirk Cousins or Will Levis or any of these guys that,
what are you taking for him? You ain't getting a first rounder. I'm not giving you a second rounder.
You get a fourth.
I think I'd be happy with the fourth.
I mean, you could ask for a third, but if you get a fourth, I mean, you take that all day long. I would think at this point.
You keep Brandon Allen, bring him back. That was Callahan's guy.
I don't know. It depends on who your coach is. I mean, if there's a guy out there that's played in your system, then bring that guy in.
I agree to that. Yeah.
But I mean, there's part of me that thinks that they keep Levis, through the offseason and training camp and not have a competition, but showcase him a little bit, and then you get to
do that.
training camp.
You could do that, but
I would not be shocked if Will Levis isn't still on the team, during training camp.
Well, it's a good point by Bob. I mean, you just got to have somebody to back Ward up. Stop calling those damn design run plays for him, and then you'll be fine and good to go. But yeah, I mean, it might be the most interesting offseason for the Tennessee Titans since they got here.
Yeah.
With a new coach, everything else.
It'd be ironic if Will Levis got traded to Miami because that was the only team he could beat.
So, I mean, he's got a cannon arm.
But yeah.
Got a cannon arm. Yeah, like that day, right? When he beat the Falcons that opened that start. I mean, that was just – what was that?
Yeah.
It was a hell of a day.
Won it 3 touchdowns to
Hopkins,
4 total.
Launched that ball deep. Yeah. And we got a thing earlier was like, well, I should have kept Malik Willis. No. Malik is doing good where he is. Malik, I don't think he's a starter. And I think let people realize that. But I wish him all the success in Green Bay.
And he wishes you all the success here.
Does he?
He does.
Oh, he probably tried to text me, but my phone doesn't work.
He tried to call.
Like his phone is, well, this is not good for now. Our phones.
No. I mean, what does this mean? When is this going to be fixed?
Right. I mean, we're going to have people start fighting in the hallways because they have to start talking to each other, making eye contact with people. I think it's on an episode of CSI Miami, which is playing behind your head right now. Phone outage. And Horatio Cane's going to start whipping ass in Miami and taking his sunglasses off.
It's like, we got an outage. Cue the Who.
Oh, yes. I mean, this is like you got all the the national writers are trying to get their things out there. And how are they operating when you don't have your phone's not working? Harbaugh probably got hired 3 hours ago.
You never know. Well, Twitter's working.
We just don't know. But you got to get to Twitter. We
Yeah.
got it because we have our laptops open in the studio. So otherwise you don't know what's going on right now. And then this is like the main story in Yahoo News, on all the other national news outlets. This is the biggest story.
It has to be. Like every news outlet has it as Verizon customers report phones, but I've seen it with the other carriers too.
This sounds terrible. I'm glad it wasn't just me because I got worried.
Our engineers have engaged and are working to identify and solve the issue quickly. We understand how important reliable connectivity is and apologize for the inconvenience, the spokesperson said.
Poor spokesperson.
What's the actor's name for Horatio?
David Caruso.
David Caruso walks in. He's got his hands on his hips. He's looking around. He's looking at the engineers. He's looking at all the millions and millions of wires that are plugged in, trying to figure it out.
And then the engineer's like, we got a problem here. And he says,
and he takes the sunglasses off. I don't think we're going to be ready. He takes the sunglasses off and says, can you hear me now?
Let's do it again.
No, the moment's passed. I don't think he knew what he was looking for.
I was trying to get it as quick as possible. I did not get into. Also, I think I'm your assistant today because there are people texting me on my computer because my phone is on SOS. Said Chase's phone is down. I was like, yes, it is. I guess
email works though, right?
Email works.
But you got to get to.
I'm getting texts because I'm connected to Wi-Fi.
Maybe you're getting some. Maybe right now, maybe your friends that have cricket are all happy.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, if I was a cricket social media person, I'd be like, well.
They probably can't get connected either, like normal for cricket. They're probably like, oh damn it,
no,
time.
My bad. Sorry, I had a brain fart.
What's the one that Ryan Consumer Cellular that Ryan Reynolds has for $8 a month?
Yeah,
one of those
like
things. I don't know.
Okay, well, we're not gonna have the Who, but it's okay. I mean, that opening was always great. He's like,
right,
we have here a murder, and it's like Roger Daltrey. Yeah, won't get fooled again.
But yeah, it's a good one. He walks in that room and we got a problem here, boss. And he takes the glass. You're right. The glasses off. Can you hear me now? You know what movie? Yeah. You know what movie he's in that if you see him, you're like, what in the world? He's in Rambo: First Blood.
Oh yeah, he sure is.
David Caruso is in that movie.
I feel like there was something else he was in that.
One season.
He's got like long hair now.
Yeah, he's in one season of NYPD Blue. Then he left.
Yeah, and that's when they put Jimmy Smits on.
Correct.
Right? Yep. Yeah, I watched CSI Miami.
I watch it all the time.
Wasn't bad. Yeah, that's like the last thing he's done. He hasn't done anything since then.
Really?
Yeah.
He was another major, he's like a drug dealer in some big movie that was out too, like in the mid 2000s or late 90s.
Yeah, I'm looking. Judgment Day, the John List story. I don't know what that is. Huh. Interesting. Well, this is where we are now. Coming up next.
Phones don't work. You got to talk to coworkers. It's the worst.
Coming up next, we'll tell you what. Wait, Rex Road was the one.
I'm getting texts from Rex Road like, am I Chase's assistant today?
Yeah.
What does he want?
That's funny.
You?
Oh, it's just First Blood. I said Rambo and First Blood. Good Lord, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. We'll come back. We'll tell you what day it is in celebrity birthdays. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
to skip through 8.5 minutes of the CSI Miami theme, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get to it in time.
Yeah, it's just it's a specific part, like at the end of the song.
Yeah,
It's like
had the little
dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Come back with it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, Rexford texted me just, hey, just tell Chase I'm sorry. I was like, for what? He just left it as I'm sorry. I'm like, for what? He goes, I won't be able to make it to bowling tonight because Katie's sick and he has to take Caroline to something. I don't know. So
Caroline Fenton.
no, his daughter, Caroline. He has 3 kids, I believe. He does.
Come on.
There it is. Chasing Big Joe 1025, the game here on this Wednesday. CSI Verizon. That's what we're going to call it now.
Because they got a problem, man. It's got to be fixed.
Can you hear me now?
Got to be
Good.
fixed.
Now I love when like you say that one company's not working, then people will text me like, well, mine's working just fine. That's great for you.
But I wonder why it's only half the Verizon users. The other half, I mean, what's the common denominator here with all this? Did you pay your bill? Shut up.
I got to read this. Steven in Hendersonville, with the cell phones down, what are Adam in Portland, Eric, and Trey going to do?
We haven't haven't heard from Trey in a while.
We haven't heard from Trey in a while. Hope he's doing
Man.
all right. Anyway, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list is
National Verizon Doesn't Work Day.
oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one here. International Kite Day, National Dress Up Your Pet Day, Organize Your Home Day, Ratification Day, Take a Missionary to Lunch Day. You all right, Joe? Okay. All right, continuing. National Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day. Those are always
Those are good.
delicious. Oh boy. Cesarean Section Day is today. That's the C-section.
You did right. Good
I
for
know.
you.
Yep.
All right.
And the last one, again, this is the animal. Feast of the Ass is what it says. So talking about the animal. Again, it's the animal. There's a feast for it.
I'm glad you clarified that was an animal and not some random person at Mapco.
Again, just clarifying, it's an animal.
What's the picture of a donkey?
It is the backside of a donkey.
It's also Hot Pastrami Day.
It is. And it's Cesarean Section Day. So
What's
before that?
the other one was Take a Missionary to Lunch Day.
Oh my gosh.
Fun day is what it sounds like.
It does. Take a missionary. That would be a fun day.
Oh God, I can't breathe.
Probably get them a hot pastrami sandwich.
Would be. Yeah. I got
my
1,000
God.
jokes off of that, but I really like this
Yeah,
job.
we wouldn't be here
I
tomorrow.
really like this job.
Oh my God.
All right. But you said cesarean, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
Good job, Doctor.
Proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, Joe.
Whew. There's not. I got National Basset Hound Day too over here.
I don't see that on my list.
Oh, okay.
I'll scroll again.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Not on there.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays.
Thank
you got to
God.
get these within 2 years. Chase, you go first. Our first birthday, Big Daddy Don Garlitz, the drag racer. How old is he?
64.
67.
94.
Nice.
Dr. Crane, the wrestler, Ernest Miller. How old's Ernest Miller?
38.
Somebody better call my mama. Ernest the Cat Miller. I'm gonna say is 63.
62. By the way, my phone just told me I'm doing a great job with my activity. I literally haven't moved in 45 minutes. I haven't. No, longer than that. All right. Chaser, how old is Byron Leftwich, former Marshall quarterback?
Wasn't he offensive coordinator for the Steelers or
And the Bucks too,
the
right?
Bucks? Yeah. 42.
48.
46, tied at 1. Dr. Crane, former San Diego Charger receiver, Vincent Jackson.
42.
45.
43. Dr. Crane's up 2-1. Chaser, the actress Faye Dunaway, who one time in an interview asked me, "Why are you here?" True story.
Faye Dunaway, 58.
62.
85.
Nice.
Guys are close on that.
Cool.
Dr. Crane, the great director, Steven Soderbergh. How old is he?
78.
62.
63. He's mentioned when Homer is accused of stealing chips from the Quickie Mart by Sideshow Bob. Dr. Crane, no, Chase, how old is LL Cool J?
58.
59.
58, exactly. 4-2, Chase. What does LL stand for? Like Ladies Love, Cool J, Cool James or something?
Yeah.
Dr. Crane, how old is Jason Bateman from Ozark? Your favorite
Ooh,
show.
Jason Bateman. I'm going to go 44.
54.
57. Chase, Dave Grohl.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Vincent Jackson, the wide receiver.
Yep.
Did one of us get that?
He did.
He's dead.
Is he?
He died in 21.
He's not on my list. He's still very much alive.
Yeah. Ricky pointed that out.
Well, this list needs to be updated. Sorry. Chaser, Dave Grohl.
57.
62.
57 exactly. Chase up 6-2. All right, Dr. Crane, musician Clarence Carter. He had a great song called The Stroke back in the day. Clarence Carter? Clarence Carter?
I'm gonna
Clarence
go
Carter?
77.
Damn, Clarence Carter.
78.
90. Chaser, T-Bone Burnett, the great producer.
75.
70.
78. Dr. Crane, Jeff Tate, lead singer of Queensryche. Silent Lucidity. How old?
62.
60.
67. Chaser, actor producer Dan Schneider was on Head of the Class.
64.
70.
62. Chase up 7-2. Dr. Crane, rapper Slick Rick.
58.
57.
61. Chaser, lives here in Nashville. Guitar player Zach Wild. Play with Ozzy in the Black Label Society.
63.
71.
59. Dr. Crane, how old is lead singer of Kings of Leon, Caleb Followill?
Also lives in Nashville, right?
44.
45.
44 exactly. It's now 7-4. Let's see here, a few more. That might be the end of the road, though. Let's see here. I was thrown off by Vincent Jackson. I'm not happy with my staff. Dr. Crane, Zach Guilford. He was in Friday Night Lights. I think he's the quarterback that got paralyzed. Zach Guilford.
48.
47.
44, and that's it. Chase wins 7-4.
Thank you.
There will be a red flag on this because of the Vincent Jackson, and I will have a long talk with my assistants who that should not happen. So apologize.
That's okay.
No, it's
That
not
happens.
okay.
It happens. That is going to do it for us here today.
As we leave the show all the time, we talk about the journey. Look, it's kind of raining outside and cloudy. Look, it's okay. You take the weather wherever you go. You are the weather. You are the sunshine. And please know that. Please feed your brain positivity. To our guys, if you're struggling, please reach out and talk to somebody. There's all the avenues there. Please reach out to us if you need to talk. We talk to guys all the time. We were so grateful that you reach out because it means that you care and you want to do better. Know that you are tremendously loved, that we love you, and people, when they think about you, they smile. That's because you are so wonderful. If you need help, please reach out. Know that we love you, and more than anything else in this world, anything else, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll DVD coming your way next. We're back at it from the Omni tomorrow at noon on 102.5 The Game.